If you're looking for gift ideas for fellow plant enthusiasts or maybe some inspiration for your own wish list, then this is the video for you. I've rounded up 10 plant themed ideas which I've tried to make a little bit different from what you might usually consider as gift ideas, and I'm sure when you see the list there will be many things that you want to add to your own wish list, whether you are shopping for others or not. They definitely were for me when I was doing the research for the video. Now this is only for inspiration, and I will show some of the items on screen as I talk about them, or may even have them as props, and I will link some of the specific items below if you want to check those out. But if you can, always check with independent retailers, support smaller businesses, maybe those that are local to you first, before using the larger online stores. And some of the items will be linked to Etsy, which is great. That is to the independent seller, to the crafters that make the items. Some of them are to Amazon, so it could be that the items are widely available from Amazon. However, if you can find them from independent retailers, please do support smaller businesses first. So this first one isn't for the standard MOS pole that I'm holding as a prop. This would make a pretty boring gift, to be honest. This is for a more creative MOS pole choice, and I came across these fantastic gothic tower MOS poles that are 3D printed, and you can get them made to whatever size that you want them, and then even extend it to when the plant continues to grow. So you just stack them up and then fill it with whatever medium that you're using, so for example sphagnum moss, and then let your plants grow up them for a more creative way to display your plants. And I just think these would look fantastic in any plant collection. And this next item is also a 3D printed item, but it's more of a trellis as opposed to a support pole, and you can get these in lots of different designs, but this particular design caught my eye because I have a similar pot with the same design that Phases of the Moon on, and I thought that would look nice with a plant in with the same trellis on and the matching design. Now you can also get metal versions or even more widely produced plastic versions in all different shapes, colours and sizes. Now those ones are a little bit more affordable because they are more widely produced as opposed to the 3D printed or handcrafted items, so it really depends on your budget and what look and feel you're going for. Now you might recognise this next one as they have done the rounds on social media. So this is the Cactus measuring spoon set, and these come in two different designs with the design on the pot or the plain terracotta pot, and they are, as the name suggests, measuring spoons for baking or cooking, although I have also seen people using these for their indoor gardening efforts, so using them to pot up plants for example. So you could use it for whatever you wanted to, or just keep it as a decorative item to expand your plant enthusiasm beyond your live plants to other aspects of your home. And I'm sure if you gifted this to a fellow plant enthusiast, they would love it just the same for that same reason. So I'm sure if I bought this for someone else, I would be tempted to keep it, but thankfully these ones are mine. Now books make great gifts whatever they're about, but when it comes to plants there's a lot out there on plant care and propagation, so I wanted to find something a little bit different like I said at the start, so these next three approach plants in a different way. So we'll start with the book that I'm holding. This is Wild Interiors by Hilton Carter, and as you can see it's a really visually appealing book and it looked great on a shelf or as a coffee table book, but this goes into the detail of plant styling, so how we can use plants to really enhance our interiors, but also marrying up that plant care element so that we are putting plants in the right space so they've got the right conditions that they need to thrive. Now for this next book, the term rare plant is perhaps overused and is still used with a lot of plants that maybe once were rare but are now pretty mainstream. But this one is by the Botanical Gardens of Kew, and it looks at the 40 rarest plants in the world, even those at risk of extinction. So if you really want to know what the rare plants truly are, then read this book, or if you know someone that would be interested in finding out those, then this would be a great gift for them. And this last book has a fantastic name. This is called Legend of the Leaf by plant expert Jane Perrone. So this one looks at why plants are the way they are, how they grow in their natural habitat, how the local communities interact with those plants in their natural habitat, and really goes into the background of those plants rather than just the plant care or how we look after them in our homes currently. Now if you're like me and you love stationery, you can never have enough. This is similar to the Cactus spoons in terms of spreading that plant enthusiasm to other items in the home. So you can actually get gift boxes with plant themed stationery, so if you want notebooks, if you want bookmarks, if you want magnets, all sorts of different things that you can get that are plant themed, but they're curated into a gift box, so a really lovely novelty item. So you can actually get these that are put together by the actual artist or designer, as well as those that are sort of curated by other individuals with lots of different items in. So as I said, a really lovely novelty gift, or just a nice treat for yourself if you like stationery and plants and you want to put the two together. Now keeping with gift boxes but adding an element of live plants, you can actually buy grow your own kits to grow your own indoor plants, and this could range from seeds to corms to bulbs depending on what plant it is. Now I know I covered seeds in a recent video, both the scam video and the plant craze video actually, which you can find on the channel if you're interested, that a lot of plant seeds that are advertised aren't actually legitimate, but you can buy genuine kits that have everything you need in the box to grow them. For example, you can get cacti kits So it's got the pot, the soil or potting medium, as well as the seeds and instructions on how to grow them. You can also get these for things that come from corms or bulbs. So oxalis, for example, I found an oxalis growing kit. And even if you didn't want the full box, you could even buy the bulbs or corms themselves, again for a treat for yourself or as a gift for someone else to then plant in the spring after the festive season. So things like caladiums and even alocasias and colocasias, if you shop around, you can find the corms or bulbs for those too. Now on a similar note, but perhaps expanding outdoors or maybe on a windowsill, you can get really nice gift boxes for seed bombs. So these are little structures, usually little balls or different shapes of clusters of seeds that you can just drop or bury in the soil, and then they will start to grow whatever seeds they've got in them. So these could be things like wildflowers, herbs, some lower level or easy to grow vegetables, for example. Now these probably aren't for the avid houseplant collector that may be a bit more of an intermediate or expert, but they could be good for beginners that are showing an interest in plants, showing an interest in growing their own, or maybe even children to get them involved and learning about growing their own. Now keeping with the theme of growing your own but also bringing in an element of stationery, I saw these on Instagram and had to find them to check them out further. So you can actually buy calendars that, obviously you've got the calendar element to plan whatever's going on in your life, but they also include some tear off plantable seed paper for different vegetables each month, and then the actual visual or graphic on the calendar are the care instructions on how to grow the various different vegetables. So I thought this was a really nice novel idea. They are a little bit more on the expensive side, however, because they do have the longevity of using them throughout the year as both a calendar and then the care instructions on how to grow the different vegetables, I thought maybe that was worth it for quite a novel gift idea. Now when it comes to plant enthusiasts, an obvious choice of gift is a live plant, but rather than just one plant at a single point in time, you could consider something like a subscription box. So lots of retailers now offer subscription boxes for live plants, particularly online plant retailers, and they cater to all different budgets depending on what you get. So whether it's easy care or common plants, up to rare plants, smaller plants or larger plants, and also how frequently you get those plants. So it could be monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and then also how many plants you get within the box each time. So there are so many options out there. If you shop around, I'm sure you'll find something that is suitable for the person that you might be buying the gift for, as well as within your budget and the types of plants that they would like or be able to care for. So shop around, see what you can find out there, and it's just another way, a bit like that calendar, to give the gifting a bit of longevity. So rather than just the one plant at one point in time, that gifting will continue and they'll get several gifts over a period of time instead. So this next one's quite a bit different, and I thought these were fantastic, so I had to include them in the video. These are stained glass plants, so you can clearly see the creativity and skill that's gone into making these. Now I think these will look fantastic on a windowsill, possibly by a lamp where they can really catch the light and show off their colours. So I think these would make wonderful gifts. They are a little bit on the higher end in terms of budget, however, I think you are paying for that creativity and skill, and while some of these same plants are covered in the collection, because they're handmade, every one would be unique. Now I wasn't really numbering the gifts, so I can't remember what number I've got up to, but this next gift, while you can get larger craft kits or make your own kits as a main gift, you can get lots of these smaller kits that are simple activities, and they are perfect as stocking fillers or possibly to go alongside a main gift, or you can even bunch them up and do lots of little ones as a large gift, and they're incredibly affordable too. So these were only 30 or 40 pence each, so I think that's like 40 or 50 cents. And there are different ones you can get. So this one is like a thread your own cactus with the different coloured threads on a wooden frame, and this one is a paint or colour your own magnet, so then you can obviously stick, once you've finished it, stick it on a metal surface like a fridge for example. You can get these as cross stitch, as belt work, as crochet, all sorts of different things. Really cheap, so really friendly for the budget, and they are perfect for family gifting as well. So if you're going to a family activity, perfect for kids depending on the complexity and their age. They could be something to keep them busy for a while as well, or even just for someone that's crafty, that likes to be creative, and then you've got the benefit of obviously whatever you've made to display afterwards. So these are another fantastic gift that you could either use as a gift in their own right or chuck in as little bonus items. Now this next one you might not have considered as a possible plant related gift, and this is a plant stand. So I actually picked this up for £5 from a charity shop or thrift store recently, and that is a super bargain because this is solid wood and quite large as you can see, but obviously you can get these in different sizes and shapes for single plants, multiple plants, different colours and designs, as well as across all different budgets for some that are obviously more affordable to those that are maybe larger and more designer that are more expensive. So you can really find whatever you're looking for, whether it's to treat yourself or to gift to someone else. This is always a fun video to research and film, and there are definitely items from those highlighted that have made it onto my own wish list. Are there any that have made it onto your wish list, or maybe that you've spotted as possible gift choices for your fellow plant enthusiasts? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to know what the popular choices are. Remember, the links to some of the items are below in the description, but also if you get the chance, check for local independent retailers and support small businesses where you can. If you'd like more inspiration, I did a similar video last year with quite a few different items on it, so I'll link that at the end if you'd like to watch that next. Also, if you have found this useful, consider subscribing, as I have new videos every week, usually on a Sunday or at the start of the week. There are lots of other videos on the channel on plant related topics if you would be interested in checking those out. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll respond to everyone, and as always, thank you for watching Grow Your Wellbeing.